Hey, I'm back. This is Chandler for Melda Production, and today I'm going to show you how you can use the freeze function in MGranular multiband. So let's get started. So first I'll show you what I have here. This is just a quick piano sound, so I'll play it for you. Okay, so you can see I have some reverb on there too. This is actually something I made in M Sound Factory. It's a physically modeled piano, so it's actually not a real piano. But if you like it, hopefully I'll do a video about this in the future if I can get it to sound a little bit better. But anyways, let's move on. So what I'm going to do here in this little pink track here is let's add MGranular multiband. So here we go, we open it, and let's just set it to default like this, and open like this. What I want to do now is open a send. So let's go here, send it here, and instead of pre-fader or post-fader, I'm going to set it to pre-fader. That way I can just turn this one down and just hear what's coming out of here. Now if we play it now, it'll just sound like the normal sound of the piano, like this. Nothing special. So let's get this all set up here. Let's change the copies to 10. Let's turn the output down because this is going to get loud. So turn that down a little bit. Let's turn the max copies all the way up, and let's put the pitch or the copy delay random. So let's hear it now, like that. Now let's try to freeze it this time, and I'll let you hear what happens. So you heard it, when I froze it, it sounds kind of like a glitch. You hear that brrr, and one of the reasons is because the grain size is too small. So I usually like to set this for between 200 and 400. So let's just put it someplace between there, like 263. That seems fine. Okay, now let's try it again. So you still hear it here, like it is repeating. So one thing that'll lessen it is the crossfade, but another thing that's more important is this random and the grain count. So let's set this between usually like 20 and 50, so right here, and let's set the grain count to 3. So now this should give us that granular goodness we're looking for. So let's play it now. And that's that grain cloud sound I'm looking for. So from here, we could do more things. I like to change the pitch random. So let's set this to like 0.15, like this. And let's set the pan random. And now we should really get that atmospheric sound. Let's try one more time here. That sounds great. And we can do even more. So let's say we wanted to make it sound like almost like a shimmering cloud. Let's go to voice 2, turn this off for now. We're going to do the exact same thing. Let's make like, we can do 8 copies here. Turn this all the way up. Turn the delay random down a bit. Turn the pan random up. I think everything else is okay. Set it to like 2 or 3. And now this time I'm going to do the same thing, except now I'm going to set the pitch to 12, so it'll be an octave up. Set the pitch random. Let's try 0.19, so it'll be 19 cents off, or 19 cents randomly. The grains will be distributed randomly up to 19 cents. Sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. Sorry about that. Let's hear it one more time with this. So that's cool. And we can put them together, but you're probably thinking, hey, how are you going to hit the freeze button on both at the same time? And so that is where the multi-parameters come in. So let's go here. I'm going to hit clear and learn. Turn this on and off. Turn this on and off. Now, hit this, turn the record off. Now you see everything's in here. And let's just label this frozen. for whatever reason. I like that. And turn the switch on. So now it looks like a button. So now if I have it off, you see these two are off. Click it on, both of them are on. So now I can control both of them at the same time. Let me turn down the output a little bit. Now let's try it. So, great, that's exactly what I want. But there's just one thing, I don't like that little intro where you hear that da-da-da-da-da-da, like that over and over again whenever the piano hits. I want to get rid of that. So one thing I can do is I can have the output fade in by controlling it with a multi-parameter. So I'll do the same thing here, clear and learn, turn this all the way down, all the way back to wherever I want it, let's say like 6 something. Do the same thing here, down, back to like 8 something or whatever. Hit stop, and I can adjust these in here if I want to. So voice 1 is going to negative 6.56, etc. And you can kind of adjust those, like, oh, I want it less or more, whatever you want. And I'll just label this like amount. And let's move this all the way down, so that way when I first hit this frozen, you're not going to hear anything, and then I can just kind of fade it in like a pad. So let's try it. And I can have that, going for as long as I want. Now, that's cool, but you think like, okay, what if I wanted it to kind of fade in and then stop here, or fade in here, and so like each time it's freezing a different chord. And I can do that too, easily using automation. So let's go into here, and this will depend on your DAW, but in Reaper you can do it like this. So I have frozen and amount, just click those two on. Now I have automation lanes here for these. Zoom in here so I can see this a little bit better. I'm going to add in points. Let's try adding one there, here, maybe another one here. Let's move this up a little bit. Add one here. Move this down. Okay, so this one is for frozen, so it's going to freeze it around here. I can actually, let me try moving it forward a little bit. Sometimes you have to see, if you get it too close, you're going to hit that like transient, which I don't want. But if you have it too far away, it's going to be lower in volume. So you kind of have to mess with this and see how it works best for you. Now I'm going to do the same thing here for the amount. Let's pull this all the way down. At this point, I'll have it go up until about, I don't know, here or so. Woo! I didn't mean to do that. Let's undo it. At another point here, have it go up. Point, down. And if I did this correctly, you should hear that sound gradually fade in. So let's hear it. Perfect. Now all we have to do is just repeat it. Now I'm not going to do this by hand. An easy way to do this in Reaper is to make an automation item. So I just go into here. It says automation items. Insert new automation item. So now I can do that, and I can just drag this and it repeats it, which is great for people like me who are lazy. And I can do the same thing down here too. Ooh. This is great if you don't have lots of patience for drawing in automation. So let's do it, and I'll play it. And so each one, it should kind of fade in, and then it should do it for the subsequent chords also. Here we go. So that's what I wanted, except for a few things. You heard that kind of like, brrr, that's happening. That means I need to move this back a bit. So actually, let me turn this off here. Luckily, if I move these, all the other ones will be affected too, so I don't have to move them all. So let's just move that back to here, like this. Woo, there we go. Now let's move this here, like this. And this one, I think it's taking a little bit too long to fade in, so let's move it forward a little bit. Now let's try it and see if it sounds a little bit better. And I can still move it forward a little bit more. That's one of the things about it. You kind of have to catch it at the right spot, but I think you get the idea. And another thing, it kind of fades out too quickly, so I want it to continue. So let's put some reverb on this too. Turn it down a little bit too. I don't want it to clip. Here we go. Actually, move it back. So there you go. I might want to even move this back even a little bit further, but I think you get the basic idea on how this works. So you can do that and you can create all sorts of things. This is especially good, I think, for like ambient work, and you can have this going all through like one song, especially if you need a drone or something and you're not doing too many chord changes. This works really well. And there's all sorts of other ways you could manipulate this. If I didn't want this low tone, or sorry, the high tone here, I can move this down an octave and I can get a whole different feel with it, like this. So there it is. That's a cool way to work with the freeze function of MGranularMB. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. Leave me any questions down below and check out all the other plugins at meldaproduction.com. Until next time, see you.